Hi friends, Vineet Pandey in front of you. Jamia entrance exam of post-graduation MA entrance exam. This is the timing 2023-24. This is Sunday. This is the paper today. Approx 2 to 3 hours back I had this paper. Now let's go for solution. We will go for a proper solution of this paper. As you can see the screen here, I will zoom it out for you so that you can read the questions. Let's go for these questions. This question is the first question. The writer famous for writing ghazals in English. Now, this question is not that tough because we know that most of the ghazal authors are the Muslim authors. Now, remember this thing. This is not a discrimination on the basis of religion, but as the cultural connection, the ghazal itself belongs to Urdu and Persian literature. Now, as we have two different authors, Agha Shahid Ali is a famous author in University of Delhi in Jamia. The students who are studying literature, they must be knowing that Agha Shahid Ali is famous. In fact, on my official Instagram channel and in last NET exam, there was a question from Agha Shahid Ali. You must be remembering my solutions where I mentioned that Agha Shahid Ali has written a poetry on Kashmir, on Delhi airport. So that was one of my question asked on Instagram on our registered Instagram channel. Who has written a ghazal, a poetry on Delhi airport? So technically, Agha Shahid Ali is the right answer and I'll tell you why. Meena Alexander is a postmodern Indian author. She has written Poetics of Dislocation. She has written Women in Romanticism. She has written Nampally Road, Manhattan Music. So I teach her in Indian postmoderns. A.K. Mehrotra, famous poem Bharat Mata. Sometimes, A.K. Mehrotra has been very much ignored in competitions. So they don't ask him, but most of his works either are dealing with the Mumbai city or the nationalism, so where Bharat Mata is the concept. Then comes Simin Ali, Dr. Simin Ali. I'll call her Dr. Simin Ali, a beautiful poet, but she writes about the poetries but has not dealt in ghazals yet. So till now, she has not written any ghazal. One of her famous work is an anthology of female poets in Delhi. That's one of my favorite books. So the right answer is Agha Shahid Ali. In my solution of paper, you will not only get the answers, you will also get the explanations. I am not going to solve the paper like people do. What is the answer of this question? A. No, that is not. We have to talk about why. See, identify the odd one. What is odd? Odd is different. Now see, what are these options? Trochee. Trochee is a stressed syllable followed by unstressed syllable. So that's the part of the linguistic rhymings. Technically, that's the part of rhetorics. So we go for sponde, we go for dactyl, we go for iambic, we go for trochee. This is a style related to the meters. Meters, or you can also say that this is directly connected to rhetoric. But then what is a sonnet? Sonnet is a complete poetry. Italian poetry. Yacht and Surrey brought it in England. 14 lines poetry in iambic pentameter, primarily divided in octave and sestet, 8 and 6. But then Shakespeare made it modern. So that's a rhyming, a meter style. That's a complete poetry. Let's see what are these. Villanelle. Dylan Thomas used to write villanelle. 5 lines French poetry. That's villanelle. Canyon is Italian style. So these three, sonnet, villanelle and canyon, are poetries. That is meter style. So odd one is trochee. Trochee is odd one. Then an aside is, all my online offline students, you must be smiling, right? An aside is a dramatic device. What is aside? Especially my offline batch in Delhi. Because when I taught you aside, I did an acting on stage, right? Remember, I was doing like this, that I am a character on a stage, the other characters are there, and I'm doing like this, mumblings. A character talking to himself, fearing that the other character should not hear, but the audience hears it. So, a character speaks to the audience? No. A character speaks to himself unheard by other characters on stage? Yes, it is right. A character speaks to another character? No. It is synonymous with monologue? No. Aside is meant to be heard by the audience but not by the characters on the stage. Option B is correct. This is how I prepare my CUET students. This is how I prepare my NET students. Repeated question, free ka question. When I was solving Jamia PhD entrance exam, check it. Jamia PhD entrance exam solution is available on my YouTube channel. Simply type Vineet Pandey, Jamia entrance. There was a question, Donna Haraway, cyborgs. Donna Haraway has written Cyborg Manifesto. That was the question there. And in that paper solution, I clearly mentioned that these are the latest topics for top level exams. So your Jamia Jamia MA exam, MA entrance, and that Jamia PhD entrance, they have this question repeated again. That's easy. Match the following. So the first answer for me is Donna Haraway, cyborgs. So can we answer with this thing? First with B, first C, first B. Okay, first B is here. Others, they do not have first and B option matching. So even if I just remember one lecture, my answer is clear. But no, these are not the unknown ones. Michel Foucault is known for the concept of discourse that I basically teach in literary theory. It's a basic topic. If you are not able to understand these things, you are preparing for NET or CUET, then remember this is the basic thing. Michel Foucault, second D. In this option, second D is clearly mentioned. Anthony Gramsci deals with subalterns with his concept of hegemony. Clear answer. Once again, a basic question. Bakhtin's carnivalist theory. So, Bakhtin, carnivalist, Gramsci, subaltern, Foucault, discourse, Haraway, cyborgs. It's an easy question. The right answer is C. Then, the author of Urdu novel Neemat Khana. Now here I must tell you that even I didn't know that. My bad, because I have read some Urdu authors, but technically only 8 to 10 authors for my own preparations for NET JRF standard teachings. So even I didn't know it, but there is a concept. Whenever you attempt Jamia entrance exam, there are questions from Urdu authors, there are questions from Urdu translations, there are questions from ghazals. So like if I have guided you, I must have told you that focus on these things because they definitely ask questions from Urdu authors. So well, I also had no idea what is Neemat Khana. So I found the answer for you. Khalid Javed has written it. Now Neemat Khana is also the name of a police station in Pakistan, also the name of a mall. Neemat Khana, this particular concept, it came from 1971's incident. For more details, because now from today onwards, this becomes the part of my syllabus. As the coming NET exam, I'm going to teach all these concepts to the students. To get the details of this particular question or the other tough questions, be the part of the online classes or offline classes. If you want to learn like scholars, I have taught in University of Delhi for 3 years, so we used to get to know these kind of authors there. There is another test series. We have launched a test series, 1000 questions. They are all hand-picked. I have selected all those questions. Some questions I have framed, approximately 200 questions I have framed for one simple purpose. They are repeatedly asked questions. So make sure you practice those questions. If you want to have the link of the test series, in the description of this particular video and the pinned comment, you will find the description of the test. Arrange the following Harry Potter answer. It's been long time this question I have seen in competitive exams. The last time I saw this kind of question was 2016 UGC NET exam. Harry Potter is the part of popular fiction. So normally people don't read it, even I don't teach it because they do not ask the questions of Harry Potter. Once in 2016 there was a question. Now when I was attempting this paper, so first I also tried to check my knowledge. So I was just one thing, there was a common basic thing. I was sure about this thing, that Philosopher's Stone is the first one, Half-Blood Prince was the last one during my preparation. Now there is one another last book. They have one more book which is the last one. So I just checked my answers. My answer was that this is the first one, this is the last one. So let's find out the options where 3 is first, 1 is last. Here 3 is first, but 1 is not last. Here 3 is first, 1 is last. Harry Potter, Philosopher's Stones, first book. Half-Blood Prince, last book. They're all like 1999, 1997, then Half-Blood Prince is 2005, Goblet of Fire is 2000 publication. I recommend you for your further preparation, just remember the first book of Harry Potter series and the last book. It will save you. It will help you. No need to worry about this thing. Question number 7. Though till now I have not taught this in my class because we haven't reached to this particular level, but they are the basic question. It's an easy question. All the senior students who have completed their syllabus, they will say, yes, Vineet sir, talk about this author. The well-known author Hilary Mantel, first female author to win 2 Booker Awards. Bring Up the Bodies, Wolf Hall. Wolf Hall 2009, Bring Up the Body 2012, and the only female author and the only author to win double Booker Awards for a sequel, same story. What was that story? A story set during the timing of Cromwell in 15th century. Answer is historical novels. Yes, basic question, बहुत easy question है. I understand. You must be saying, sir, these are the unknown names, tough names. It's tough names, it's unknown names, my dear friend, because you are not getting proper guidance. For us, these are very easy, very basic. The following is not true about Salman Rushdie's novel Victory City. Yes, this is the only question that I'm not going to answer. You know why? Because I don't know the answer. Now, I could have searched the answer. I had internet, everything. As I told you that I have worked on this paper, I could have found the answers, but I still didn't try to find the answers. You know why? Because I wanted to go for a confirm answer, and the proper detail of the book is not available on Google. So I will go for a special lecture of this particular topic in my offline batch, in my online batch. You can find out the answer. I'm telling you once again, it's not that tough for me to find out the answer, but sometimes, you must be very true. So I didn't feel like searching it, and surface level answer, I didn't want to go for it. So maybe they have some options or something like this. Let's go for the next one. A Journal of the Plague Year. If you're my student, check Daniel Defoe. You have written this. You must be knowing what is the answer. The Journal of the Plague Year, Daniel Defoe. It's an easy answer. Shakespeare's play As You Like It, most of the action takes place. If you have watched my lectures, if you're online students, offline batch, Arden, Forest of Arden, they are in the forest. You all know what happens in As You Like It story. Then, because that is a pastoral kind of romantic comedy. So that's all in forest. Court is not possible. Duchy is again a kind of castle. Venice is a city, which is not possible. Let's go for next one. This is the author that we will be doing in moderns we have not done. Charlotte Perkins Gilman is famously known for a short story, autobiographical story, simple question, Yellow Wallpaper. Free का question है. बाकी Yellow Sun magazine है, Yellow Wall magazine है. Quite simple. This particular writer is known for short stories, and this is her autobiographical short story. That's a very important one. Then John Milton's poem Lycidas is the poet mourns the death of. Quite simple. 1637, the death of Edward King. Friend. This is the friend. Then, name of the following poet associated with confessional poetry. Confessional poets are the poets who reveal a lot about them. So, whenever checking this answer, as we teach confessional poetry in modern literature, this is Robert Lowell. Robert Lowell is there. Then John Barry is there. N.A. Sexton is there. Kamala Das is there. They are the confessional authors. So Robert Lowell is a free answer, direct answer. Then comes a poem by T.S. Eliot. There is a line, what is the question? So that's the question, right? That's the question is a particular line that comes here. This is a love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. There is a question. There is a question which is one of the most important theme of modernity. There is proper line. What's that? That's a question. That's a line. Nobel Prize Literature 2022. I also didn't know because these are the last minute topics that we teach our students before exams. So I didn't check who has won Nobel Award 2022. For this paper solution, I found this lady, Annie Arnox. She has written Years. She has written A Woman's Story, A Man's Story, Twilight in Delhi. Another famous work written by Ahmed Ali deals with the cultural change, socio-political development of Delhi. That's by Ahmed Ali. Girish Karnad's Hai Vadana is originally written in, everybody knows that Girish Karnad originally writes in Kannada. Another easy topic, we have done this topic I think 2 days back in the class. Then comes T.S. Eliot's famous article lecture, The Metaphysical Poets. What is the term? The first of all, negative capability is the term coined by others. Keats, not by him, right? Keats का term है. Objective correlative is a term by Washington Elston. So I know that ये दोनों तो है ही नहीं, right? Though I simply also know the direct answer. Dissociation of sensibility is the direct answer. But tradition and individual talent, it is not a term. They are asking term. It's a complete lecture, essay. Now, dissociation of sensibility is the right answer. And as I taught my students, the metaphysical poets, primarily online and offline batch students, please check that. There I told you, T.S. Eliot said, for the first time in metaphysicals, we find dissociation of sensibility. So theory of impersonality and dissociation of sensibility, I narrated it in the class of metaphysical poets. Check that thing, that's the direct answer. Next one we have, yes, that's quite easy concept, post-colonial terminology, the epitomization of inferiority. It's a simple thing. It's the first thing, when you are so much inferior that you start hating yourself, like prostitutes. Prostitutes have been physically abused so much that they start having self-hatred. People who are having inferiority because of color. You know, some people who are dark skin and we call them black or kalia, kallu, whatever. Sometimes they start hating themselves. That's called self-hatred. That's a term by French Fanon. So remember this. This concept is the dealing with racial segregation, also known as inferiority complex. That's a concept by French Fanon. He has written famous books, The Rest of the Earth, The Black Skin, White Mask. This is the topic of post-colonials. We still have to do it in post-colonials in my topics. A novel that does not deal with Mumbai. Now, this was a tough question for me. So, I was 100% sure about this particular book, Maximum Cities, written by Suketu Mehta, that it deals with Mumbai. So, I was sure that ये तो नहीं होगा. Necropolis is by Jeet Thayil and again it deals with Mumbai. Second option, so I was 100% sure about this one, 90% sure about this one because I didn't revise it. Now comes these two books. Moore's Last Sigh. It is written by Salman Rushdie. So I thought this must be dealing with Kashmir or Delhi. Salman Rushdie mostly talks about this thing. Then I checked my knowledge. I will say that even I didn't know this answer. So maybe if I had attempted this exam, I would have made a mistake. Somewhere I thought that I should go with the Moore's Last Sigh, but no. It deals with Bombay. Yes, Bombay is there. It is Ministry of Utmost Happiness, written by Arundhati Roy. Deals with Godhra, deals with Kashmir, deals with Delhi and all other places, but not Mumbai. So, does not deal with Mumbai, Ministry of Utmost Happiness. Second novel by Arundhati Roy. Then a basic question, in the last NET exam there was a question, The Furies appears in T.S. Eliot's play. So it's quite simple, famous work, The Family Reunion. Though 1939 publication, it was a flop work. One day back, I was teaching moderns in my class. I told them that's a flop work. So Fury's concept that comes here. So I would ask my students also to read at least one summary for this thing. Amitav Ghosh, I made my offline batch students write this thing, The Great D Arrangement. This has a subtitle. The subtitle is Dealing with Climate Change and Unthinkable. Offline batch students, check करो अपने notes को, आपको अच्छा लगेगा. You will feel good. Non-fiction prose, that is non-fiction prose, direct answer. Hobson Jobson. This is toughest. You know why? Because normally nobody goes in depth like this. But I must tell you this thing. Last time I saw this question in JNU entrance exam. English Indian words, approx 2000 words. So there were two authors, Yurle and another name is Arthur something something. I'm not having the proper names. These people, they came with their answers and 2000 words dictionary dealing with Anglo-Indian words. So the English people can understand Indian words. So that's a very good question, Hobson Jobson. In online batch, I'll come with a special lecture on this particular thing. A word in which letters are rearranged. It's a famous work, easy style anagram. Anagram, when you have words misarranged, dearranged, you rearrange it and make a word. For example, Erewhon, E-R-E-W-H-O-N, Erewhon. It's a famous novel by Samuel Butler written in 1872. But if I ask you to make a word, E-R-E-W-H-O-N, Erewhon, what word you will make? You will say, sir, nowhere. So yes, Erewhon rearranged, it became a word. Nowhere, that style is called anagram. Now, A novel written by Charles Dickens. So everybody can answer that because Wuthering Heights, it's written by Emily Bronte, 1847. Christmas Carol deals with Christmas. Little Dorrit is a story. Bleak House deals with corruption of the government offices. Mark the odd one among the following. Now see, conceit. Conceit is far-fetched imagery, a style of writing, taking the reference. Paradox, two different statements against each other, a style of writing. In allusion, you say something but that is referring something else, a writing style. An ode, a long poetry, ode to evening, ode to nightingale. So while other three are styles, this is a direct poetry. So the odd one is D. That's a quite simple answer for you. There is no cuts. We are not taking any cuts. I'm solving it in front of you. Now, my dear friends, this particular work, Black Atlantic, is simply a concept propounded by, and you know why I'm not going to solve it? It's not because I don't know it. You are watching it, subscribe the channel, and this is for you. Just type it on Google. The first line is the answer. Write in the comments. I want to see if you watch the video seriously, if my efforts are being respected. Subscribe the channel. This question is for you. Type it on Google. First two lines, you'll find the answer. Captain Ahab. Captain Ahab is a famous hero, Moby Dick. Repeated question of NET exam. The opening line of the book is Call Me Ismail. Captain Ahab is a kind of hero who is Byronic style hero, a villain kind of hero. Then, willing to wound yet afraid to strike. That's a famous reference by Alexander Pope to talk about Joseph Edison. See, he did not have any issue with Dryden. Dryden died before this man. Pope and Swift were in same team. Steele was politically a friend of Pope. It's Edison and Pope because Pope used to call him Atticus. So direct answer. The following is not true about the novel Robinson Crusoe. See, it is written by Daniel Defoe, 1719. Sahi hai. It is based on the life of Alexander Selkirk. Sahi hai. Crusoe's companion is called Monday. No, he's called Friday. Right answer, right? So next पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. Malapropism, my offline batch. You must be smiling because I give you a funny joke. Online class also, in online also, I have given that funny joke. When I was teaching you Richard Sheridan, Arrival 1775, I was teaching you this thing, malapropism. So what is malapropism? An overused word? No. Overused word is called cliche. A word that sounds like what it describes? No. A word that combines two words? No. Similar sounding word used incorrectly. Yes, that's the right answer. Malapropism is that you want to say that, suppose there are two people fighting. You know, this is actually a story of one of my auntie. So she used to speak in broken English. She was not good in English, but she was fond of using English words. So there were two aunties and they were fighting. So my auntie, third auntie, she said, see, you should also do toilet. You should also do toilet. She wanted to say tolerate. So using the same word tolerate, but the wrong pronunciation, mispronunciation that causes comedy. That is malapropism. I hope you understand. If it made you laugh, subscribe and like it. Let's go for next one. Thomas More is known for his famous work, Utopia. 1516 written in Latin. 1516 in Latin and 1551 in English, translated by Ralph Robinson under the supervision of D. Erasmus. I missed this time. Thomas More is not known for War and Peace. That's Leo Tolstoy. 1984, George Orwell, Grapes of Wrath. Grapes of Wrath is John Steinbeck's famous work. Offline batch, third theatre. Indian modern theatre. What did I say? That you can forget anything in Badal Sarkar, but don't forget what is third theatre. So third theatre was introduced by, oh my God, Badal Sarkar, the right answer. Vijay Tendulkar is a Marathi dramatist famous for Silence the Code is in Session. Sakaram Binder, Ghasiram Kotwal. Yesterday, CUET batch, I talked about this author. Then Mahashweta Devi, we have talked about her famous works, Hazar Chaurasi Ki Maa. Habib Tanveer, Charan Das Chor, I completely narrated the story. You know, in online classes, I teach all these things in details. In offline, I not only teach, I sometimes do the acting of their things. If you want to have knowledge like this, to solve the papers in a funny way, I would recommend you to be the part of the online class, and not because we have online classes, because you want quality education. A work that is not a Dalit autobiography. Offline batch. Why I'm talking about offline batch? Because offline batch had a face-to-face interaction. In online batch, we have live classes interaction, but I can't see their faces. I read the comments. What did I say? Dalit literature autobiography. Listen to my lecture once again. What did I say? That 99% Dalit literature deals with autobiographies. So it's not easy to find out which is not an autobiography. But then do you know that when I was teaching you Dalit literature, I said Mulk Raj Anand's Untouchable, Lakha Bakha Soni. That was also asked in Dalit literature. And that's not an autobiography. That's the story of those characters, Lakha Bakha. You know, they're talking about the toilet cleaning machines. So they say that there is a machine now and I don't have to clean the toilet with my hands. The Prison We Broke is by Baby Kamble. Viramma is an autobiography written by Viramma. Outcast, I'm not able to remember the writer. And as you know, there is no cut. I don't need cuts for my YouTube videos, or I don't have to tell you that, okay, I know everything. Sometimes even I don't know things, but I'll find it out. Outcast. And maybe I make a the Outcast. Conrad has also written something like that. Antigone. Antigone is a famous tragedy written by Sophocles, a surface level work. It's a Greek work. Easy question. Contemporary of Geoffrey Chaucer. Thomas Chatterton, Romantic. Thomas Shadwell, Dryden's contemporary. John Gay, Alexander Pope's contemporary. John Gower. Gower and Chaucer. Easy question. John Milton's work that deals with freedom of press is called Areopagitica. Online students, offline students, remember what did I say? Right now, there is no freedom for the press, so they can ask you this question, that which book deals with the freedom of press? Areopagitica, 1644. El Allegro, 1632. Penal Law, 1667. This is the work that I don't know. Prolusions, I have not even heard about it, so maybe some random reference. My God. This is the question, neologism. Yesterday, when I was teaching my students modernism and James Joyce, so I was about to deal with some postmodern terms. Then I said, let's stop it here because there are terms which are important in postmodernism. So I will deal in postmoderns. This particular term was there and I was actually making them right. Then I stopped. So when I was solving this paper today, I was thinking, yeah, I should have talked about this question yesterday. So proudly today I would have said, see, ye bhi maine padha hai, ye bhi hai. But these are again basics. I must tell you, ye basics hain. If you find them tough, if you really find them tough, then change your method of preparation and ask your guides that why I'm finding these tough. Neologism, a basic style. A word with roots in a native language, okay. A word whose meaning changed over a period of time, no. Obsession with new words, again, no. Newly coined word used in new sense. This is the one. Neologism is a postmodern style when the authors were coining new words like epiphany, like many other words coined by James Joyce in his famous book, Finnegan's Wake. This is having a root. So this is not the proper neologism. There are other words, protologism, preologism. There are many other works that I will provide you a detailed lecture on this particular term in online classes and in offline class. Marlowe is a character in the novel. Charles Marlowe, easy character, Heart of Darkness. He is the hero. Marlowe, Kurds. Midnight Children has Indian characters. Kim is an Indian book, Indian characters. Name of the hero of Kim, Kimberly O'Hara. So the students must be knowing it. Secret Sharer, I have not heard, so I'll find it out. Kaun hai ye? The Playboy of the Western World. As I told you, we were doing moderns yesterday in my offline batch. Yesterday only we have talked about it. J.M. Singe is the author. The Play of the Western World, Christy Mahon, Pizzine Mike, Widow Quinn. A great story, a funny story. I also taught my students the Dublin riots caused by this particular work and what was the statement of W.B. Yeats, how W.B. Yeats came in support of this particular work. We have talked about this. Paper done. Okay. Now, my dear friends, I'm ex-assistant professor, University of Delhi. There was a time I used to be scared. What is this author? From where they're asking, how they're making paper, how can we prepare? There are thousands of questions, what to read, what not to read, and what if I'm reading, it is not asked. It all started with a dream. I never thought I will become assistant professor in University of Delhi. I taught in Delhi College of Arts and Commerce, Dayal Singh Evening College, Aurobindo College, took guest lectures in Hindu. These people reformed me. There I got to know that what exactly you should read. I used to take conferences in Jamia. One of the top professors, Anisur Rahman, I used to take his lectures. I used to have classes from Amina ma'am. Technically, and yes, Simi Malhotra, how can I forget Simi Malhotra? So being in touch with all these top professors and getting to know what to prepare. This is how I got this knowledge. And this is how I actually prepared for my NET JRF. Last time, I got 99.55 percentile in NET exam. You know why? I never stopped learning. I asked myself, what can be the new topic they can ask? What can be the new question they can ask? From this paper also, I have got 2-3 new questions that I will be teaching my offline batch students, online batch students in a proper way. So all of you, if you want to be the part of top universities for your CUET entrance, post-graduation entrance for Delhi University, Jamia, JNU, I invite you to be the part of the class. With this confidence, if you want to solve the paper, if you also want to be prepared like that, then be the part of the classes, because I'm going to give you the best. And to do practice of these kind of questions, there is a test series. The link is available in the test series. Those who want to join online classes, contact us on given numbers, and I assure you that you will not miss any chance to learn the best. You will be getting the best. You will be the elitist one in the competition. Thank you so much.